everyone. My next guest is James Palestini, and he is the owner of Palestini Law. Welcome to the show. You are a criminal defense attorney.
I am.
Yes, and you know what? Before you came on, we've been talking, and you know I do like to talk about this subject. I also said that bad things happen to good people, and what did you say?
All the time.
All the time.
All the time.
Right. Now, I want you to talk a little bit about yourself and what you do. Maybe if you focus on a certain area or not. Let's talk about yourself a little bit.
Sure. So I've been an attorney for 14 years now. I practice exclusively criminal defense. That includes a litany of different kinds of charges. DUI and domestic violence is primarily the main ones that I'm dealing with. A lot of drug cases, a lot of auto cases. I always tell people, if I can't help you, if I don't have the expertise in that area of law that you're looking for, I've amassed a pretty large network of attorneys that do great work, and so I have a lot of repeat cases that will call me and ask about that, and I can send them to who they need to get to.
Now, I did want to mention this because it says that you've been recognized as one of Arizona's top criminal defense attorneys. How'd that come about?
A lot of hard work. I've had the pleasure of working with a really storied criminal defense firm. It was a criminal defense firm that actually handled the Miranda case at the Supreme Court. I've learned from the best, and
That's
that
awesome.
that firm is no longer around, and so I've started my own firm, and I've taken a lot of what I've learned from there, and I now apply it at my own firm.
Now, you are located in Phoenix, but you can help anyone statewide.
Statewide, I've been to every court in this state, and trust me, there are a lot.
I bet. Now, the other thing is that you do free consultations. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Yes, I do free consultations. I'll never charge for a consultation. Typically, I can find out the pulse of a case within the first 10 minutes.
Well, this is the greatest time to be coming on, right? Because it's holiday season.
Absolutely, it is.
And a lot of people like to drink and have fun, and they should, but
responsibly.
We said
Yes.
it exactly the same. Responsibly. You know, but the thing is about, for some reason, and we see these cases all the time, the one that with this young girl too. I mean, why did they get in the car? You think of it all these times, right? That when you can call an Uber, you can call, but they don't, right?
Yeah, that's the nature of alcohol, right? You know, you don't really think about that when you're drinking.
Mm-hmm.
And so you get in that situation and you get in the car, and that's why I always tell people, you know, if you know you're going to go out and you're going to drink, don't drive there. Just get an Uber. It's always safer, cheaper, more affordable to go and do that.
Absolutely. Though a lot of people still do it no matter what. It just doesn't change. It just doesn't seem to. It might get a little bit better, but you know, people are people. We also want to talk a little bit about what should people do, like they get popped, right?
Sure.
I like that.
I like that too.
Yeah. Well, you know, you get popped, and what do you do?
So first thing that you do is you roll down your window and you be respectful. Have your license and your registration ready to go. The officer is going to be fishing for DUI if it's at night, most likely. And they're going to be smelling your breath. They're going to be asking you questions like, where are you coming from? And you never want to answer these questions because that's going to give the officer more reason to continue their DUI investigation. Now, let's say they do continue that DUI investigation and they have you step out of the car. You do have to get out of the car, but you never want to participate in field sobriety tests, because those tests will be used against you in court. You know, you hear that old adage, and you see it in Hollywood, anything you say or do can and will be used against you. That is incredibly true, and I see it time and time again. And I wish that my clients would just keep their mouth shut and not cooperate.
You gotta listen. You gotta listen to what he's saying.
Keep your mouth shut.
Because the problem is, though, that when you drink, you know, again, it impairs your thinking a little bit.
It does.
And everybody thinks, I got this. But you don't have it.
You don't have it. You can't talk yourself out of this. The officers are going to find a way to arrest you, and a lot of the times they're walking up to your vehicle and they've already made their decision. So don't help make the case against you.
Write this number down. Maybe it's for you or for someone that you know. It's 602-663-7592. He has been recognized as Arizona's top criminal defense attorney, and he can help anyone in the state and does free consultations. I implore, especially right now, put the number in your phone, please, put the number in your phone, because right now, we know there's a lot of partying going on. It's Friday today.
It is Friday.
You know that somebody right now is thinking it's almost 5 or it's 5 somewhere, you know, and it's great. Go out and have a good time, but be responsible, and God forbid something happens. You have this number in your phone just in case. Okay, so let's do this. Can you break down the difference between a regular DUI, an extreme, or super extreme here in Arizona?
Sure. So under the law, we have 3 different types of DUI. We have the regular DUI, and what that comes with is a .08 blood alcohol content. So if you get a blood alcohol content of .08 up to .15, you're in that regular level, and you're going to be looking at a minimum of 10 days in jail. That's just the minimum. And when you bump that up to the extreme, which is .15 to .20, now we've gone up to 30 days minimum in jail. From there, we go all the way up to super extreme, and that's anything above a .20. Now, technically you're dead at .4. I've seen higher, which is sad to say, but I have seen higher, but you're looking at least 45 days, the absolute minimum. So the jail goes up as your alcohol content goes up.
You bring something also that's very important to my attention, okay, which is this. We're partying. A lot of people are having holiday parties. It's the weekend. You might go to a holiday party that you bring your children to, okay, and you don't even think of it. You might have had couple of glasses of wine, and I know it's a zero tolerance. I think it's zero here, is it?
It is. It's a .08 or impaired to the slightest degree. So you don't even have to be at .08 to be charged with a DUI.
So let's say you, though, you went to a party and your kids were there with you. You get in the car, they're in the back, they're underage. What happens?
Not good. You're looking at a felony DUI.
Exactly. This is why I bring this up. This is why I love talking about this, because people don't know these things. They don't know it, and they need to know.
Absolutely, and the minimum for that, if you have your kids in the car, is 4 months in jail. Department of Correction time, not just jail. Department of Correction time.
His phone number is 602-663-7592. Okay, so the biggest mistakes that people make, besides not closing their mouths, which we know that's number 1, right? How can having a good attorney change the outcome?
So you never want to go into court by yourself, because oftentimes what I see is someone says, you know what, I was drinking and driving, I'm just going to take what they give me and go in. And as you've already heard, the minimums alone are extremely probative, and you're really going to get hit if you just go in there. A good attorney, whether it's myself or someone else, will go in there and they'll be able to get a copy of the evidence. They'll be able to see if the officers did everything right. They'll be able to see if blood was taken right. I'll give you an example. I had a blood alcohol content on a case. It was above a .25. We got a blood expert involved. Turns out there were a lot of issues with that. One of them was the vial was mislabeled. I was actually able to get that case completely dismissed. And so something like that, if you were to go in and just take your lumps on that, you were looking at 45 days, you're looking at an ignition interlock in your car for 18 months, you're looking at roughly about $5,000 in fees when it's all said and done, because you have to pay for that ignition interlock device, you have to pay for the fines, you have to pay for classes. The classes are associated with the blood alcohol content. So if you've got a high blood alcohol content, you better believe you're going to be doing 36 hours or more. And those classes, they're not cheap.
Why do people try and do it on their own?
I think a lot of people think, well, I don't want to pay the money for an attorney. There's a lot of this idea that attorneys are really expensive, I can't afford them, I'm not going to do it, it's not going to save me money. I see a lot of this on Facebook groups too. It's, oh, I've been through this, don't pay an attorney $5,000, you're just going to go in and get it anyway. That's not how it works. It always pays to hire an attorney. I tell a lot of people, a lot of times I pay for myself with how I'm able to resolve these cases.
602-663-7592. Put the phone number in your car. Really quickly, we've got less than a minute
Sure.
here. So a lot of times right now we have a lot of fights with right, domestic violence. What do you want to say about that real quick?
Yeah, so if you're having a fight, walk away. It's always easier just to walk away. You don't want the cops involved, because they're going to come out and they're going to arrest one of you.
Exactly, and you do not want that to happen. Let me tell you something, folks. This is a great time of the year. It's fun. happy time of the year, and yes, you wanna partake and have a little bit of fun. And it is understandable that you wanna do that, but there are ways of doing that responsibly,
Absolutely.
right? But also, like I said before, bad things happen to good people. And if it could be a very low tolerance, what was the first one that when you said that they could have if it's
So it's 0.08, but it's impaired to the slightest degree.
Right.
So I've had clients get charged at 0.05, it happens.
I don't know about you guys out there, but I don't want that to happen to me, and I wouldn't want that to happen to anybody else. But if it does, you have to have a good attorney. That's what it's all about, really, having that attorney that can get that better for you. That number again is 602-663-7592. It's PalestiniLaw.com.